Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Mission Moonshot video. Last time we did some orbital flights with some crew and flew by Mars. Now unfortunately we were out of signal range, so none of our data from Mars got sent. However, I just upgraded the tracking station, and while I was loading up here, I got a message saying that we actually got some data from the Mariner probe. So yeah, upgrading the tracking station seems to have put it back in range. I'm not sure if it completed the contract. Yeah, Mars Flyby. We literally just completed that because we got the data back. Awesome. So that's going to be a whole lot of funding for us because, yeah, we were able to get back in touch with the probe after upgrading our tracking station to level 4. Now, anyways, this mission is going to be the Venus. It says Impactor, but it's actually going to, hopefully, if everything works out, going to be a Venus lander mission, because hopefully we can, do entry, descent, landing into Venus's atmosphere and get data. Whether that happens, we'll have to see. But yeah, let's just go ahead and check. So we want a ejection inclination 28.50. I mean, that's pretty close to just what we normally do anyway, so that's what we'll put in there. And then the ejection LAN we want is 235.37. So yeah, just put those in, and MechJeb will do the rest. There we go. So our window is in 9 hours. So let's go ahead and engage that autopilot and get this rocket off the ground here. Looks like it's going to be a nighttime launch. There we go. Get some ambient light in there so you guys can actually see what's going on. Alrighty, and now that the fairings are gone, we can take a better look at our payload here. So yeah, as you can see, we have this sort of top area. This is just like, the cruise stage right here, and then we have the descent thing right here, and then inside here is our tiny, cute little lander that should hopefully land on the surface. So, I mean, it's very simple compared to like a Mars lander where, we'd have to have like rockets and stuff. This literally just simply descends on parachutes because, Venus has a very thick atmosphere. Now, in real life, Venus's atmosphere will literally destroy the probe that lands on it, but in this game, probes can survive on Venus. There is no, overheating that happens just because you've entered Venus's atmosphere. Yeah, hopefully we get through. I am worried about the heat shield. This is an LEO heat shield. We might need actual lunar-rated heat shields in order to do this, but, our window is ending, and we didn't really have time to research those. We are currently researching those, but we just didn't have time to get those on this rocket before this rocket had to go. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, we just simply get the Venus atmosphere contract. There's like a Venus atmospheric contract. Actually, I don't even think we have a contract for Venus landing. Do we have a contract for Venus landing? I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, there we go. Atmospheric probe. So we would at least get atmosphere probe, maybe landing if the heat shield survives. But worst case scenario, we just get atmospheric probe. Yeah, we actually do have an orbiter planned. I did go ahead and make an orbiter that will be launching as well today. Second attempt at orbit. That's all happening. We're doing all the things. And yeah, we will go for this quote-unquote expensive orbit, because I don't want to have to wait all that time for the next window. That seems, that's a long time to wait. I mean, I'm not even sure that's just the next ideal orbit window. I think there are, because Venus windows aren't that rare, right? Like they happen once a year, but less than once a year. But I think with inclination, the inclination only lines up every so often. That would be the thing there. Anyways, about to burn out the core. And the Centaur works good. RL-10 is reliable as all things should be. And we are going. We got our heat shields, or not our heat shields, but our solar panels deployed. We are currently in shadow, so we aren't generating any electricity, which is fine. It's all good. I just need this thing to get us roughly towards the trajectory to Venus, and then, I mean, this thing is all can control itself. Yeah, there's got avionics in here that controls the whole descent state. That controls the whole thing. There's avionics that control this part, and then once that part separates, then it's just the avionics of the little probe. Very simple. But yeah, it's interesting, because the U.S. actually never sent anything to Venus. And we are kind of playing as the U.S. here with, Atlas Agena and Titan and Atlas Centaur. I mean, this was an Atlas Centaur. So yeah, we are kind of playing as the US, but the US never actually sent anything to Venus. That was all Russia. Russia sent their Venera probes that actually did quite a good job at exploring Venus. I'm not sure exactly why the US didn't further explore Venus, but maybe it was because, you know, Russia's already doing it, we're getting data from that, so what's the point of NASA doing it? And also still, maybe it's like, well, we can't design anything that's not gonna melt. It's interesting. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump cut, because we have a lot of burning left to do with the Centaur. It's got a big old burn to do. Could maybe start using more dual-engine Centaurs. That would be really nice. Then we wouldn't have to burn for as long. Dual-engine Centaurs would be nice. Alrighty, and there is the orbit right there. Right there. That was the orbit. The engine has shut off. So now we can go ahead and plot our course towards Venus. And because we did all that stuff, you know, the plotting and the things, it should be quite easy. Well, you know, the orbit. We're in the correct orbit. Oh, I'm allergic to flight planning. Wow, exactly 4,000 meters per second. That is surprising. I do just like to make sure I have, you know, some wiggle room here. So 4,000 is perfect. And how much is our travel time? 102 days. Oh, we'll get there pretty quick. Wow, that's a very fast trajectory. Just whoop, right over there. And we're gonna want to make sure we have a pretty precise atmospheric entry. There you go. That's a collision course right there. We'll go for that, and then we can hopefully use RCS to adjust that. But that looks pretty good. I mean, we might kind of care what side we land on too. Oh yeah, there you go. That looks pretty good. I like that. I think I like this pass. By the time we actually get here, this might be the daytime side, because it'll have been an orbit. Let's see. Okay, so the light is over here. Like, how much does Venus have to travel? So Venus basically has to go to the other side of the sun. So yeah, the light is going to be on the other side of the planet. So yeah, we'll go for that burn in 15 minutes. That's really not that much time at all. So there we go. That looks pretty good. Happy with that trajectory. And I'm not going to touch it this time. If it overburns, it overburns. If it underburns, it underburns. We have RCS here, so I can correct for that. That is one thing that I didn't do on the other probe and was probably kind of stupid. I mean, that other probe was so dumb. I mean, it was literally just spin stabilize and hope it works. No wonder it didn't work. It was very, very dumb. It was Dzani-Bekov effect probe, because even if it did work, it would have done the Dzani-Bekov effect thing. Yeah, let's just make sure that we don't need... I don't think we need to worry about this thing having... Yeah, we still have a good ignition chance. Yeah, I think that's just the Agena where we need to worry about restarts. I always thought that this thing had the same issue with the restarts, but no, it doesn't. We have just as much ignition chance, even after waiting this long. And there it goes. Okay, right on cue. Didn't seem to get dawdled around too much. Because precision is everything with these burns. Ooh, there goes the orbit. It's reaching. Go in the distance. Bam. Okay, so looks like it overburned a little bit. We can go ahead and check that orbit. Yeah, just letting it burn on through. I mean, it's a little far. Yeah, we can just, yeah, RCS, we can correct for that. Cool. Well, now the problem is the time is slightly off. Yeah, so that's the only problem now, is that the time of the burn is slightly off, which is why we're below Venus now. That's close enough. We can correct for that with, like, a mid-course maneuver. Yeah, that's usually why you have to do mid-course maneuvers, because you'll never quite get what you asked for. I think we can say goodbye to the Centaur. I always get worried about this, but here we go. Goodbye, Centaur. Goodbye. Alrighty, let's just back off. We'll have the Centaur back off by itself. Actually, it'd be funny if we could have the Centaur crash into Venus. Nah, it's going well ways away. That's fine. That's probably what we wanted anyway. And then this thing, we can probably set up a mid-course maneuver, so let's do that. Add a maneuver in about, you know, I mean, it's mid-course, but we could do like 25 days, just to make sure we can get this over and done with quite quick. Yeah, there we go. And usually all it takes is a little bit of normal. That's like 8 meters per second of correction. Basically nothing. I'm gonna go for like 200. I know, like, I think 200 will hit the Venus's atmosphere. I'm not sure though. Do we have... You can probably look up info, right, on the planet. Oh, there we go. Characteristics. Atmosphere, yes. Atmosphere height. Okay, there we go. Atmosphere height, 145,000. So we'll go... Make sure we're nice and in that. Okay. Funny thing is, we shouldn't know this stuff yet. I mean, atmospheric height, I feel like we would know by now, because we've done a flyby. But I honestly don't know how you figure out atmospheric height. How do you know exactly how high the atmosphere is? Not sure. Is that throwing off our orbit? It is a little bit. We'll probably have to make a new maneuver once we get to that maneuver node. Probably have to adjust it actually a little bit because it's not gonna be what we want it to be because turning changes our orbit. Pretty much anything changes our orbit. A slight sneeze will change our orbit. Anyways, we are okay. I need a ground station, please. Anybody be willing to give me a ground station? Any ground stations? Any takers? Canberra, please. Signal. Canberra. There we go. Okay. I want to look at the sun and I want to spin stabilize. We don't need to spin fast. Just a slight spin will do. Stay pointing towards the sun and keeping our batteries nice and juiced up. And just to make sure, we have 62 days of power. Oh, probably because our avionics are on. Let's make sure those are hibernating. You're hibernating too, right? Oh no, you're not hibernating. Yeah, we'll hibernate you in there. And then I think I have avionics in here. Yeah, I got avionics in here too. Shut both of them down. And yeah, now we have perpetual electric charge. Beautiful. Alrighty. See you later. Alrighty, man. Look at all that science and look at all that money. So yeah, we have Mars orbit now. And then Mars landing, Deimos landing, or Phobos landing. All very exciting stuff that we now have available to us. Land on an asteroid, you have to have a grappling hook and attach yourself to one. Ah, okay. Interesting. The Osiris Rex and stuff like that. Do like samples of asteroids. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And then we have Phobos flyby, Deimos flyby. It's funny, we can go straight for Phobos and Deimos landing, and probably flyby as well, if I were to guess. You know, let's pick up Vesta flyby, because I think we will do that. We will actually end up doing a Jupiter flyby as well, because I actually was able to get a vessel to work and have enough Delta V. I know. Shocker. I didn't think we would be able to do Jupiter flyby this early. Well, I say this early. It's 1978, so we should definitely be able to do Jupiter flyby. I mean, we missed the Voyager window at this point, but oh, maybe next series. Alrighty, so in here we have, there we go, Titan 3 Centaur Pioneer 10. This is our Jupiter mission. Okay, we might require a bigger launch pad actually for that too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger launch pad. And yeah, we got some of the Blue Origin payload pairings going on here with big payload pairings and a tiny little probe in the middle. Oh, it's so cute. Anyways, we can go ahead and unlock some of this stuff though. That takes that down to 45 days. That is way more reasonable. And we're gonna have to build, I think we're gonna build a 1 kiloton launch pad just to be safe. So let's go ahead and get that started. Yeah, okay, yeah, level 6. A bajillion funds? That's just a little bit out of our price range. That's, okay, that's a bit more than I was expecting a pad to be. Maybe once we do Gemini. I think once we do Gemini, we'll start that. How much we got until the Jupiter? We don't have much time to the Jupiter window, though. That's the problem. We gotta build this launch pad. Let's accept some contracts. Let's see. What will we be doing today? Mars orbit. Yeah, it's pretty good advance. We'll take that. We'll take Mars orbit. Mars atmospheric as well. Sure, why not? We'll do both of those. Yeah, we'll have to build an unlimited one, I think, for the Saturn V. This should be fine for right now. 74 days. We can probably push the Jupiter window a little bit, because 74 days will push us past that Jupiter window. Start building the launch pad. Start building the new big launch pad. Yep, I think we're ready for Gemini. Alrighty, target vehicle, we'll go ahead and roll that out to the Agena pad. Alrighty, they're waiting for their launch. We'll go ahead and get the Gemini rolled out to the 200-ton pad. That way, they're both onto pads, ready to rock and roll. So we're going to go ahead and launch the target vehicle, then wait 1 orbit, and then launch the Titan II Gemini crew, because that's how they did it in real life. Launch this, wait an orbit, then launch that. Well, that's a little bit awkward. That's a little bit more than a little bit awkward. The rocket almost went up. Can we roll it back?
4 to 6 days later.
So it's 147 tons. That's only 140. Okay, well we can easily change that to 150. What about the upper stages? So the Agena, for example. Oh no, it wouldn't have been fine either. Okay, we need to up you to like 6.3 basically. Alrighty, yeah, that would have just totally just not been great. I mean, I didn't test this because I'm like, that's Atlas Agena. We've done that before, but I did have to edit this Agena a little bit, so maybe that's why. I had to make it a bit wider because the docking port here is a bit bigger than on the Agena that I've been like, you know, using. So the Agena that I've been using was a bit different than, you know, the actual Agena. That probably explains why this rocket didn't work. Either way though, it works now. And that's only going to take them 16 hours to change those avionics. Alright, and I'm actually rolling back in the Titan 2 because we are about to actually get the lunar-rated heat shields. And I forgot, I did want to put the lunar-rated heat shields on this one because we're going to go into a high orbit and I don't want to accidentally lose crew because the heat shield burned off.
72 hours later.
Alrighty, time to do your maneuver. We can just do this. We don't even need to bother reorientating. We can just burn with our RCS and then get this maneuver. I think that works better. And we can correct that a bit better when we get back closer. But yeah, now we know we are heading straight towards Venus. And I'm gonna go and spin you up again. Alrighty, and back to sleepy times for you.
4 to 6 more days later.
Okay, so we're going to have some issues with our windows because Gemini is pretty much all rolled out, ready to go. And we're taking up all our pads, basically, with this Gemini. So I'm going to go ahead and get Agena off the ground. That's not really going to help, though, because we can only use the Centaur pad. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get Gemini off the ground before we can do anything with the Centaur. So we are probably going to be a little bit late on this window. Hopefully we should be able to be fine, though, because it'll be close enough. There's nothing I can do about it, though, because I really want to get Gemini off the ground. Again, though, this is why we test things, because if I had realized the avionics issue earlier, then we wouldn't have had to roll this back, and then it wouldn't be pushing up against our other launch windows. I'm just surprised that, the launch control was able to save the rocket, and bring it back. That was quite impressive. So, it was pretty cool. Yeah. Realistically, I probably should have just scrapped the rocket, but again, I'm trying to get stuff out here, and the rocket didn't blow up, so I feel like you could have rolled it back, maybe. Anyways, orbit inclination, current. Yeah, we're actually gonna go for a 300 by 300, so that way we can send Gemini into a 200 by 200 so that they can play catch up. So, without any further ado, let me just go ahead and re-enable camera controls. Kabam, kaboom, kabop, kaboom. And, we are ready. Okay, it seems like we had some issues with the Agena. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but MechJeb has retaken control of it and is currently attempting to put it back into its proper orbit. Looks like it's going to be a bit higher than we initially wanted. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh dear, what is it doing? MechJeb's burning retrograde. MechJeb's like, hold up, I've really fricked this up, guys. Guys, I'll figure this out. Oh dear. Gravity turn to guidance. You know what? Just disengage autopilot and just prograde. We'll go surface mode. Alrighty, we'll take control of this manually. I think we have a couple relights left, or if this is gonna just fall into the atmosphere, that's gonna be. No, we are out of relights. We have plenty of time to figure this out, I think. Okay, we're shutting down the main engine, and we're using the secondary engines. Okay, please stop spinning. Are we out of RCS? We might have just run out of RCS. Yeah, these engines don't gimbal. Well, ain't that lovely? The Agena has had a problem, and don't worry, guys. You can still go dock with it on its suborbital trajectory. Yeah, no, it seems like we'll have to wait one more Gemini flight before we can actually make use of the Agena, because yeah, I completely lost control of it. We have no NOS. That's all they wrote about that. Actually, before we even launch, I'm gonna go ahead and get the next Gemini crew trained up. You'll go ahead and do the 76-day course, and you'll do a Christmas flight. That seems fine. And we'll do some EVAing. That'll be the new test for this flight. We'll do some EVAing. Alrighty, we regret to inform you that the objective for this mission has changed during the launch of the Agena, which you guys just heard happens, a couple pads over there. There was an anomaly, and the Agena did not make it safely into orbit. We are looking into the cause of the issue. In the meantime, you guys can still pull out a normal mission. But yeah, the objective for docking has been suspended. That okay? They don't seem too upset. Alrighty, and there we are in orbit. So wait, did I not bring a lot of, Oh no, I did. It's all an RCS propellant. So yeah, this is just our retro Delta V. Yeah, because I replaced these with, the RCS system, so you can choose to have these as engines or as RCS. When docking, it's better to have these as RCS, because then I can just do HI, JK, and L. But when you're just using them to change your orbit, it's better to have them as engines, which... because the Agena didn't launch, we're actually going to be using them to change our orbit, so it would have been better if they were engines. But regardless, we should be fine. We are going to meet this contract, so we got to do orbit for a day, and then we got to change our orbit and do it again. So yeah, I'm going to leave these guys up here, and let's let them chill with that. I'm going to run some science, though. Yeah, I didn't really plan to have you guys up here for too long, so I didn't really give you that much science to do, so enjoy your time up here, because you're going to be spending some long time up here, because we can do this contract, and it'll be good. Oh, let me go ahead and decouple that. And we can see the docking port. That's the docking port right there. Pretty cool. So yeah, stuff like the indexing key. I didn't really understand what that was. So yeah, that's basically that right there. And then like rigidize and stuff. That was stuff that I was really confused about in re-entry when we were doing it. I'm like, rigidize? What does that mean? But that basically, like, rigidizing is like basically preparing the docking port to dock to. Basically. That's what the rigidizing does. And then this indexing key helps to make sure that we're docking in the correct orientation. You know, all that's important for docking. But we won't be doing any docking because, you know, the Agena didn't make it up here. We could do some rendezvous, though. I don't know if Anselika's capsule's still up here. Or, I don't know, it could have been destroyed by now. I'm not actually sure. No, there it is. We can find it. There it is. There's Anselika's capsule. There's a lot of probes and a lot of debris. Yeah, I gotta go through and probably clean up the probes and debris again. It's probably gonna start to be a problem in a little bit if we don't go and do that. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'm gonna set an alarm. Actually, I'm not even gonna set an alarm. Forget it. I'm just gonna go to the space center. I'll remember you guys. Alrighty, vessels. So we can go ahead and roll out Pioneer Venus. It's going to take it 2 days to get to the pad, which means we are going to miss the window. Let's see if we can get a new Venus window in, like, the next 2 days. This is all the way in 1980. Yeah, no, not happening. 7th of October. That is literally today. We'll probably do that. 22nd of October. Sure, we'll go with the 12th. We'll go for the 12th. 3 days. Perfect. And then I might do Jupiter as well. Jupiter. Let's see, what can we do for a little bit later to Jupiter? 22nd of November. Oh no, that's a way later window. Okay, probably right here actually would be fine. There, 25 days to Jupiter. We'll keep the 28 days, but then we'll have a 25 days just in case we can't make the... Yeah, no, we're definitely not making the 18 days. Just because of that, not ideal situation that we had earlier. Alrighty, we're back. Or I'm back. Oh, you're looking at the sunset? That's very pretty. I'm looking at the sunset too. Very nice. Off we go, off we burn. We're at 300 altitude now. Alrighty, and we've just passed periapsis. Alrighty, that was a lot of burning of the ohms, but there we go. We've gotten into the new orbit, and we gotta stay up here for 5 days. So, add an alarm for 5 days. Actually, let's go ahead and one of you guys can go on EVA. And we've already done EVA reports. That's fine, but we got the EVA pack now. We can do actual spacewalks with it. You know, let's do the thing where we go around the back. Ooh, 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 ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. You know, get the thing in the back with the handheld maneuvering unit. I mean, this is way more advanced than the handheld maneuvering unit. We you know, we skipped right past that. We knew this was the optimal solution for maneuvering in 0G. And there we go. With that, we went on an EVA. Now, I don't know if we're limited with how many EVAs we can do. I'm not sure if we're actually limited by our EVAs. But yeah, I'm worried about missing this Earth-Venus window, so let's go ahead and get that rocket launched. And maybe these guys can even watch it launch from their, you know, very unique vantage point. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look-see in here and see what we want to get first. Small nuclear fission. Okay, so there's nothing here, but then that would go to improved RTGs. So something kind of preemptive we have to unlock to get to something else. Spiritual avionics. I mean, that's all good. All that's good stuff. No, we're going to get lunar orbiter capsules. That's what we're going to get. Because I want to get the Gemini L, the Gemini Translunar, so that we can do a lunar flyby with Gemini. I think that would be something nice to do, and then just save Apollo for when once we get that. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. Yeah, we just got this to go. I don't think we'll go past this part right here, 1970, 1971. I don't think we'll go past this part in the tech tree. I don't think that'll happen. I mean, we got the lunar interview, but like, this series is gonna end after the first lunar landing. Like, Apollo 11 is the end of this series. Because, you know, the name's Mission Moonshot. But after I take a bit of a break, then we'll be back and in a new series called Mission Martian with, you know, the upgraded this. Because this is old RP1. There's new RP1 now. But yeah, we definitely probably won't be going past that point on the tech tree. Let me go ahead and chuck some points into here. How many points can we chuck into here? Ooh, that might have been too much. I'm going to chuck a bunch into build time, though. See if we can maybe get our rockets rushed out a bit quicker. Hopefully I didn't just frick things over royally. 21 hours. We can go ahead and get this thing launched into that window. Which, yeah, we pushed that window back. We definitely have time now. Oh, it's loaded. I didn't even realize because it's so dark. Okay, ejection inclination's not bad. We can just go 28.5. That is good. We like that to be as close to 28.5 as possible. Same thing. And then the land is 325.85. And that's only in 4 hours. Okay. Be free. Okay, we don't have a signal, but we are free from the Centaur stage. And this probe is now on its way to Venus. Okay, overshot a little bit, but we can correct that with a mid-course maneuver like we could the other probe, so not a big deal. I just need to make sure we can get this thing orientated towards the sun, is all. Give us a connection. I think we're looking for Australia again. Australia's just been our probe connection station. Oh, and the Titan II is crossing radiation belts. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's it might be actually not sure. Yeah, I think it is Canberra actually we're getting a signal from right now. Yep, Canberra again. Good old Canberra. Okay. Alrighty. How you guys doing up here? Seem to be doing fine. Oh, we're in Apogee. I actually wanted to see. Let's have Brian go on EVA. I wanted to see if there was new stuff to do. Okay, no. I was wondering if we were, like, in space high above the Earth. If we could do new, like, science stuff. But no, we need to be a bit higher. In order to be in space high above the Earth. So, yeah. No point going on any more EVAs. And yeah, they're only a little bit stressed out. But other than that, they seem to be doing fine. Contract completed. Return home safely. I think if we do our retro burn here, we'll be in a pretty good spot. We got our amp. Yeah, I think if we do our retro burn here, we should be hopefully in a pretty good spot. And retros. Alrighty, that brought our perigee down. Perfect. Alrighty, our perigee is within the atmosphere. Let's see how we go. I mean, we should be good. We have a lunar rated heat shield. But let's see, where are we coming down, actually? Looks like right about where I wanted to, actually. So that was perfect. Yeah, it looks like we're going to end up right about, like, south of Baja, California. So we'll take that. Oh, and that's pretty. Nice sunrise re-entry. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on the G-forces this time to make sure that we don't pull an excessive amount of Gs. Once the Gs start to build, then you start getting worried. We just got some basic plasma, though. Nothing to worry about. Okay, now we roll. Once it builds up to 3 Gs, that's when you start rolling. That's when you roll it to inverted. And you start getting those, that lifting body. And it should hopefully not go much higher than 6G. I have to make sure I practice this when we do lunar rated re-entries, because those are going to be real spicy. I mean, this is only mild spicy. This is the mild sauce of re-entry. When we start doing lunar re-entries, that's going to be muy caliente. But yeah, it seems like we're only pulling like 7, 8. I probably could have rolled a little bit sooner. But yeah. We are pulling very few Gs. I mean, to be fair, again, our orbit was quite high. We were coming in from quite the high orbit. So it makes sense that we would pull quite the insane amount of Gs. Alright, there we go. Gs are coming off. Roll back to standard just to push through the rest of that atmosphere. Get back down there. Yeah, because we're still going quite quick, actually, so go ahead and do that just so we can punch through the base layer here. We're not under, like, plasma anymore. We're still pulling quite a few Gs here in just deceleration. Again, just south of Vandenberg, so I'd say that's probably a pretty good place to splash down. Alrighty, there's the drogue going out right on cue. There we go. Oh, that was quite a few Gs on that parachute. Oh dear. Alrighty, but at least it's out. And at least you guys are safely splashing down in the water. That's beautiful right there. That's quite beautiful. Front flip. Following retirement changes have occurred. Jay Moore plus 258 days. Brian Ward plus 682 days. And, oh my goodness, so we got like 88 credits from that mission, plus a ton of credits from other missions. Meaning we can do some serious research now. Do we do docking and crew train? I think I just want to do engines. I just want to research more engines. Are we gonna want any of this? Large scale, Rove Mate, Lunar Exploration Era. We got from Apollo 17 surface science. Large scale avionics, advanced communications. Are we gonna want these? Oh yeah, the antennas of the Apollo spacecraft. Nice. We can actually upgrade the tracking station way more. We can upgrade to level 5. Well, nice. I'm gonna end it there. I think this video is gonna be quite long. We have a fun mission to do at the start of next time, which is send our Titan III Centaur off to Jupiter. That'll be fun. And then finally try again with this Geosat. Lots of failures going on with that. But then after that, I might try and see when the Mars windows are again. I'm sure they're not for a while. I mean, they might be coming up, I'm not sure. But yeah, Ceres and Vesta as well, I think are definitely possible. If we can reach Jupiter, which we definitely can, we can definitely reach Ceres and Vesta. So that'll all be exciting and stuff that'll happen pretty soon. And hopefully we'll get first lunar flyby and stuff pretty soon as well. That's stuff I want to do. I was really hoping we would get the Agena today, and it just didn't happen. So I'm a little bummed out about that. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for new videos. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys then. Alrighty? Alrighty.